I am 92 years old. I have buried my husband. I have held the hands of my dearest friends as they took their last breath. I have watched enemies fade into irrelevance, and I have slowly, painfully, beautifully shed every single layer of the woman I used to pretend to be. I am standing at the very edge now. I can see what is on the other side, and before I cross over, I need to turn around and really look at you, because what I see breaks my heart. You are sleepwalking. You are walking through your one and only life with your eyes half closed, your phone in your hand, and a quiet voice in the back of your head that keeps whispering, "Not yet, later, soon." And I am here at 92 to tell you that voice is a liar. It has always been a liar, and I wish someone had grabbed me by the shoulders when I was your age and told me what I am about to tell you. Let me tell you about a woman named Dorothy. It was 1971. Dorothy was my closest friend. She was funnier than me, more beautiful than me, and she had this laugh, this enormous, embarrassing, wonderful laugh that could fill an entire restaurant. She was also the most talented painter I have ever known in my life. She had canvases stacked in her hallway, half finished, covered in dust. She kept saying she would finish them when life slowed down, when the children were older, when her husband needed her less, when she had a real studio, when she had more time. Dorothy had a plan. Dorothy had a list of conditions that needed to be met before she allowed herself to become who she actually was. In 1974, Dorothy was diagnosed with cancer. She was 44 years old. I sat with her in that hospital room, and she held my hand and she looked at the window and she said, "I never finished a single painting, not one." She did not cry about her children, though she loved them more than air. She did not cry about the trips she never took. She cried about those canvases. She cried about the woman she had kept locked in a waiting room her entire life. Dorothy died 6 weeks later, and I have never forgotten the weight of her hand going still in mine. I have carried that moment for almost 50 years, and when I look at you today, I see Dorothy everywhere. I see her in your eyes when you talk about the thing you really want to do but keep postponing. I see her in the way you laugh it off and say, "Someday." There is no someday. There was never a someday. There is only this moment and what you choose to do with it. Now let us talk about the lie you are telling yourself about happiness. You have constructed this elaborate architecture of conditions in your mind. You will be happy when you lose the weight. You will feel at peace when you pay off the debt. You will finally relax when you get the house, the ring, the title, the approval, the number in the bank account that you have decided means safety. I did the same thing. I spent the first 40 years of my life chasing a feeling I kept placing just one achievement ahead of where I was standing. I thought happiness was a destination. I thought if I was disciplined enough, strategic enough, sacrificial enough, I would eventually arrive somewhere and be allowed to exhale. What I know now, sitting in this chair with my old bones and my clear eyes, is that happiness is not a destination. It is a practice. It is a choice you make in the morning before the world gets its hands on you. And every morning you postpone that choice, you are handing the most valuable thing you own to people and systems and opinions that do not love you and never will. I want to talk about what we do to our bodies. You are young. You are strong. You have no idea, absolutely no idea, what a privilege it is to walk without pain, to sleep through the night, to lift your arms above your head, to taste your food, to hear the birds. I know you know this in theory, but you do not feel it. You treat your body like a machine you can abuse now and repair later. You sit for 10 hours staring at a screen. You eat food that comes out of a bag. You drink until you are numb. You never go outside. You sleep 4 hours and call it productivity. And your body, that extraordinary, irreplaceable, miraculous body that is carrying you through this life, is quietly keeping score. I have friends who spent their 60s and 70s paying back the debt of how they lived in their 30s and 40s. Do not wait until your body starts sending you invoices to begin treating it like the sacred thing that it is. Go outside today, right now, before you do another single thing. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Understand that you are alive and that it is an unrepeatable miracle. Let me tell you about the marriages I have watched die. Not from affairs or catastrophic betrayals, from neglect. From the slow, quiet accumulation of days where two people were in the same house but completely absent from each other. My neighbor Margaret had a husband named Bill. Good man, hard-working man. He provided everything. The house, the cars, the holidays, the education for the children. He showed up for every practical thing a husband is supposed to show up for. But he never once asked Margaret what she was thinking about. He never sat across from her at the kitchen table and really looked at her. He was always somewhere else in his mind, always problem solving, always planning, always 3 steps ahead. Margaret told me once, a few years before he died, that she had been lonely every single day of their marriage. 41 years of loneliness inside a house full of things. Do not let that be your story. Put down what you are doing right now. Look at the person sitting across from you and actually see them. Ask them something real. Hold their hand, not because it is Valentine's Day, but because you are alive at the same time on the same planet. And that is astonishing if you stop to think about it. Now I want to talk about the thing nobody talks about at dinner parties. I want to talk about regret. Not the sharp, immediate regret of a bad decision. I mean the slow, grinding regret of a life half lived. The regret of the risk you never took. The regret of the apology you were too proud to make. The regret of the creative life you kept suffocating because you were afraid of being laughed at. Because here is what nobody tells you when you are young and building your careful, sensible, respectable life. The things you are most afraid of are the things that are most worth doing. Every single time I played it safe, I diminished myself a little. Every time I swallowed my real opinion to keep the peace. Every time I took the practical road instead of the passionate one.